Hello guys, Sean82. I'm at a brand new video, and this video is a very laid back, relaxed video which I wanted to do for a little while. I'm now going to check if YouTube is working correctly, and I haven't done one of these in a while, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on the chat as well. If there is a chat, it says it's in private. Are you kidding me right now? So I haven't done it properly. That's why there's no one in it for. So when I edit the video, it won't work because it's in private. Public. Right. Will that now work? Or has it messed it up? Well, it says it's in public. So I don't know if I messed it up for myself or not. Hopefully not. There might not be anyone who watches it. It doesn't say private anymore, so people can leave chat and all that. So well, it says one watching, but I'm watching myself. So does that count me or does that not count me? I don't know. Anyways, I wanted to talk about old games and my life of gaming and all that rubbish. Hopefully, it will go out. If it doesn't go out, it will go out later. I mean, I want to do something like this maybe every Friday or every other Friday, do a live video. This week will be about gaming. Maybe next week be about Doctor Who. As you guys know, I love Doctor Who. And then the week after that might be about Star Wars. So do a Star Wars Hangouts live one. Just do stuff like that. So further ado, we'll talk and I'll tell you what I'll do next week with Doctor Who. Further ado, I want to show you some oldies. Look how bobbled I look on YouTube. I look very blurry, always do. One viewer, me. So I want to show you. This is Croc 2. Now I believe Croc. No, it's gone. So is that me or not? I don't get it. Croc 2 I got. Croc 2 is a very old game. This one I believe is from 2000. So it's about 18 years old. 18 years old game here. So this game is older than half my viewers probably, which is really, really strange. This game I got, now this ain't nothing to do with my gaming console. It's a desert game. It's basically you have to shoot the enemy on an island, shoot them. They have guns. You have to collect your friends on a ladder. And that's about it. I can't really tell when this game was. I'll probably have to look that up. What am I saying? This one here is The Simpsons, and this has to be one of the funnest games, I would say, in my collection. This Simpson game is Simpsons Night of the Living, Treehouse of Horror. Very, very fun game. I always play this game, and the first level you have to, if you don't know what you have to do, is you have to find in the house, it's pitch black. You have to unlock levels by finding these like light cylinders things which you put in the electric box and it turns a light on in the house. It's very, very fun game. And then you could get to fight a boss at the end of that level. Then it's Robot Wars in my collection here of real games. Robot Wars 2002, I think. No, 1998. Same as that one, I think, wasn't it? 1998. I must have had a different viewer, so this is on because I had two a minute ago. Anyways, I don't really mind. Robot Wars, as I said, basically you fight people, you push them in the pit, you do all sorts, you get burnt, you get spiked in the game like you do, you know, when you watch it in real life. Also, this is my crowning glory. I have this. Boom. I have a Game Boy Color Pokemon edition. I don't know when this was made, but it works fine. It's really, really good. Really good. Batteries. I never liked consoles with batteries in, but it works very good because it costs a lot of money. My crown and glory of games is this one, Bam. And it even says of the date it came out on. It came out on, if you check on the console, I think it's 1988. Super Mario Land. Super Mario Land. Um, really, really cool game. Super Mario Land is. I've got up to like the water level, and there's like a boss on the water level. I don't know what one is that, 5 or 6 on the second level, whatever, second level. Well, 5 or 6. Um, there isn't 5 or 6, is it? Or something like that. On the second level, there's a water world, and you have to defeat the enemy, which is like a giant squid, I think, and it's like screwing out bullets all over the place. So you have to defeat the enemy. This is a really, really cool game. And it keeps you into it for hours. And if you die, because I don't know if there's a memory stick or whatever, memory pod on this, which I don't have. If you die, the fun thing is you've got to go all the way back. So you have to go do it all again. But then sometimes you rage and go, no, that's a good way of stopping the game. So that's that. Also, um, other old games I used to have. I used to have a Game Boy Cube, I think it's called Game Boy Cube, the blue thing, the blue thing. I used to have that, and I used to have a couple of Sonic games on it. Um, I think there was a Crunch game. No, it was a Crunch or Knuckles. It's Knuckles, Knuckles. I used to have a Knuckles game on there. Though it hardly worked. Um, which I used to play on. Um, what else is there? PS2. Now, I do have some old PS2 games. I have played on the PS1 before. My console is the PS. So I've played on PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4. I've never played on the PSP, and I've never played on if there's any extra PS3s or, the PS4 Pro rubbish. I have got a couple games here from the PS4, which I will show you in a minute and talk to you about. Talk about PS2, as I said. I used to have Buzz. I don't know if they would redo Buzz. I mean, Buzz was one of those games which, after a certain time, it's no good anyways. But Buzz used to play a lot of Buzz. You know, singing used to do a lot of singing on the Sing. Is it SingStar? Um, the songs, football. Football was one of the things we all used to do. FIFA. I did do a little bit of PES, but more FIFA. I played the original FIFA 1996. Though I have got rid of it now, and I think I do have the 2001. I don't know if I had any others. I had 2000. I never played, and I think I had a break from FIFA for a little while. I think we went to 2004, maybe 2006, and had a break, and then I came back, I think, for 2014, 2015, with football on the gaming console. Um, I'm going to show you the games I have for my PS2 and maybe a couple of games for PS3. I'm not sure because PS3 is more recent. I'm not really bothered about if they bring out new games for PS3s. PS2, I'll be more interested in to see if they would consider. Ugh. Bam, back. Got a couple games here. So these are some of the games I got. So you can't tell what this is. Bam! Star Wars Battlefront, Star Wars, Episode 3. Now they did a game especially for the third Star Wars. We don't get that anymore. They did it, and I have to say it's such a good game. If you've never played on it, play on it. This deserves a remaster, or maybe because of a new Star Wars movie that's coming out, Han Solo, hint hint, Bounty Hunter game, hint hint, or Episode 9 have a, because the Jedi are going to rise again. Maybe it's going to be called The Rise of the Jedi or something like that. That'd be a cool title. We have this. So yeah, very good game. PS2. They need to remaster it, please. Next games are, which is a really funny thing, the Flintstones. Yes, the Flintstones, even though I can't play the Flintstones because my remote control is broken. The Flintstones classic game. And no, I didn't pay £10 for it. That's how much someone did pay for it back in the day. £10 for the Flintstones. I would never pay £10 for the Flintstones in my life. But it's like a racing car game. If it worked properly and if I had a working control which worked properly, it'd be such a good game. There would be no problem. This needs a new. It needs a new. I don't know, a new mechanic. Needs to be updated if they ever would consider releasing that. Would be a miracle in my mind. The Flintstones. I keep calling it the Simpsons. Doctor Who. Doctor Who games. Now, talking about old games, let's talk about a little new game which should come out. We talk about Lego Dimensions and how Lego Dimensions, it's about time Lego Dimensions has a Doctor Who game. Lego Dimensions. Sorry, Lego has a Doctor Who game. Now you're talking about we're talking about how Doctor Who needs to change. Let's talk about how they have, the gaming industry. They used to have a game out on the Wii, on the PS2, a lot. And they don't have no games anymore. I've still got this game. This game, I think, is made in 2007. So this game is about 11 years old. Such a classic game. It still works. Still works. And I love it. And I'm still unlocking levels now to this day. So I like it. Now, the game, which I did say, we are going to talk about remastering the games in a minute. But this is one of them that needs to be remastered when we talk about remastering games. This is the one. Star Wars Battlefront 2. Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Star Wars Battlefront 1, the original, were the best. They were the best. That's why we have the remasters, which aren't the original remasters, but they're remastering them as in doing them again, but for the new audience. And they're not like these ones. They're done completely different and they're called the same thing, Star Wars Battlefront and Star Wars Battlefront 2. We need a remaster of these two and show them what these ones, which you don't have to pay for, don't have to pay for. The only thing you've got to pay for is the game. The reason why Star Wars Battlefront 2 doesn't work right now, not the original, the new one, is because the original, and people would prefer to buy this or to do the custom version. There's a custom online version. They would prefer to do this one. 100%. 100% everyone would prefer to do this one. You've got a whole total crappy one where people don't want to do a really, really rubbish version. I don't blame them. They don't want to play the new version because the new one, you have to, to get anything, you have to pay tooth and claw. The only people who are finding fun on there are people who pay tooth and claw for everything. And no, gaming weren't like that. All you had to do in back in the game day for me was buy the game and play it, not buy every little attachment on the game. I hate that with games. I hate it. And I'm sure many people hate it too. Some people aren't bothered because they just buy it because they don't have nothing good better to buy with it, you know. So you pay for like a £40 game originally when it does come out, and then you have to buy extras on it. Who wants to buy extras when you've already paid £40 to, get the game? It's ridiculous. I can understand why people are upset with that. And that's why I think they should remaster. I think they should purposely remaster the original Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2 and show them, um, EA what they are missing from the game of Battlefront, because the Battlefront is nothing like it used to be. I know it has to be different, and they do choose to make it differently, but it ruins the game. The new games ruin it. I know it's better in the way the graphical, you can play with people and all that, blah blah blah, but it's not better for the reason as money, um, money, property. It's probably one of the worst hate games in a while. Battlefront 2, you hear so much negativity and people just brush it under the chair. Such a hated game. Um, but let's talk about some remastered games now. Now, do you know that in March, which actually is a big month for me, March, um, they are rumored to announce that Spyro is coming back, but this time to the PS4. Now, what that will be, I haven't got a clue. Could it be that Spyro will have Spyro on PS4 years 1, 2, and 3? Um, it's a bit like Crash because I'll show you now. This is it. So this is Crash. Boom. I got the new Crash and it was really, really good. I've completed 1, completed 3. I need to complete 2. 2 is the hardest one. It's the flying missions I can't do very well. And I think the boss is a flying one too. Spyro, I think it will do good. I just don't think it will do as good as Crash. And I think that's a lot of people are worried about. But if it is getting announced in March for the same time, I think it's going to be its anniversary, the 15th or 20th anniversary, something like that. People keep saying that different anniversaries in September, I think it is. Then it will be releasing then, a bit like when Crash was released. If it is, I'm going to watch the trailer. It's going to be cool, and I'm definitely going to get it. If it is for the original 1, 2, and 3, even though I will say I never played the original Spyro 1, I did play the Spyro 2, though I don't know when I sold the original Spyro, because I must have sold Spyro at some stage. I don't know why, because Spyro is a legendary game, probably because the console and the game probably didn't work anymore. When it comes out on the PS4, Spyro will go Crash, and they'll fit goodly, even though if it doesn't go good. I mean, Crash is supposed to be coming out on the Xbox, because a lot of people on the Xbox One, because a lot of people didn't get it because they're on Xbox One and they're upset. Well, one view is gone, so I went. Does that mean that YouTube has gone? That's weird. That is weird. Or have I come back? Weird. Yeah, I've come back. So if I go with YouTube for too long, my viewership goes off. Or is that me? I have no idea because I'm still on YouTube. Anyways, also Crash. Will they do any more of these games? Crash Bash. Actually, I like Crash Bash. Crash Twin Sanity, I think it's called. Crash Mind Over Mutant. The other one, I can't remember what it's called. Also, they're on about doing the Crash Racing. So we're going to have Crash 1 Racing, Crash Racing, and Crash 2, and the Crash Team Racing on PS4, and that will come out next year, 2019. that comes. Here's my money. Take it. These games deserve a remake. These games are the ones that deserve a remake. Yeah, Spyro. And would Spyro get any more remakes after 1, 2, and 3? If it's true that it is getting a remake in, and it's announced in March for September, we'll just have to find out in the later future. Something else I think deserves a remake is this. Star Wars Lego. This isn't this Star Wars Lego, but I think this should go for all the Lego past games. So Star Wars, I think they got the complete saga. So 1 to 6 should get a remake again. I don't think they will because it's so close. I think it's on the PS3. If I'm wrong or right, I think it's on the PS3, so it might not get a remake. But then we got the Clone Wars game for the PS2. And that, again, I'm not sure. But then we've got Indiana Jones, the first game and the second game on Lego should deserve a remake. Though Harry Potter, I do now because I'm trying to get Harry Potter, is on the PS4, I think. So there's no problem with that. Lego Batman 1 and 2 need a remake. Release it on a game. What else deserves a remake? Oh, what's it called? Theme Park World. Theme Park World, guys. What a game. And guess what, guys? They would make a whole load of money on Theme Park World. I did not get off Theme Park World for a second when I was younger. Theme Park World was the game of games. It was such a great game. It's where basically you don't have Theme Park World. It's where you build your own theme park with rides and people come and you get awards for it. And it's such a fun, easy game to play. And they don't have any roller coaster games or theme park games anymore. Why not? Why not? You would earn a lot of money. I mean, as I said about the PS4 game Star Wars Battlefront 2, they make money all the time. So why haven't they released it? So certain games you can release and, store money from. FIFA, unless you make money from it, they don't, really, bring it out. So why not bring out Theme Park World on the PS4? Theme Park World was the theme park game of the day, and there aren't any theme park games anymore. And now there isn't any theme park games anymore. There needs to be theme park games. The only theme park games now are online. And that's it. They're online and you have to pay for them. And I don't go online. My games are a console. So I think people agree with me. I think on the Xbox One, we need theme park games back. Simpsons Hit and Run. Simpsons Hit and Run needs a remaster. And so Simpsons, I think Road Rage needs. I think it's Road Rage where you pick up people and you taxi them to different locations and you get paid for it, like Crazy Taxi, but Simpson style. Both need a remaster. They were the games of your childhood. Nowadays, all they do with your childhood is stop money from it. I mean, Crash was good. Spyro will be good. And if the Crash racing games come out in the future, they will be extra, extra good. I really can't wait for them. This video will go out later on. I will put the privatize this video and improve the coloring. I can't improve it if it's a bit blurry. It does that sometimes, make it really, really blurry. I do apologize for that. But I think those are only the only games I can think of. I've talked about FIFA, I've talked about PES. So I even played a bit of Madden. Is it called Madden? American football. Back in the day. Though I really didn't understand it, and as soon as I got into it, I think the game didn't work on PS1. I was on PS1 then. I got rid of it. Um, that was it really. So talk about that. Talk about Crash. Talk about Star Wars Battlefront. Talk about the Lego games. What else is there to talk about? Talk about Star Wars Battlefront. Talk about these old games here. Talk about the consoles I used to play on. I did get an Xbox One game once. Xbox One game or was it X? No, sorry, Xbox 360 game once. But because for one, it didn't even have a Xbox One game in, Xbox 360 game in. Um, I sold it. Sold it. What am I saying? I binned it because it didn't have a game in. I got it from a car boot. I was thinking about doing it, and it never even had anything in it. Sadly, and before people start saying this video, if they do start saying this video, I didn't play on Drax. Is it called Drax? And Clanker is called that one with the weird robot and person. So I never played on that. And for other games there, Tomb Raider I never played on, and Grand Theft Auto I don't play on. So I don't know much about that. If you know about any other games that deserve a remaster, leave it down below in the comments. I'll be interested to know what you guys think later on when this video is better colored or better on in the future. Next week, I'm hoping to do, and I will release this probably Thursday or Wednesday, Wednesday or Thursday next week. I will say if I'm doing this or not, and you'll get to know if I don't do it next week. I'll tell you before then. I'm hoping to do Doctor Who. Now, the topic might be two things. It might be how I feel about Doctor Who, the new modern Doctor Who, and missing stuff. So missing stuff and how I feel about modern Doctor Who. Then the week after, as I've said, I want to talk about it. Star Wars Hangouts and how I feel like Disney is taking over Star Wars and how I think they're taking, well, in a way, the right way and the wrong way with Star Wars. I think um, that'll be an interesting topic to make and talk about in Star Wars Hangouts live video and try and get people to discuss stuff. But if there ain't no one on, I'm not going to take too long on it. I mean, there might be people who will come on this video another time and talk on it. But this time I have nothing really to talk about. If there's no one going to come on, I can't really, talk to myself for too long. I've talked nearly half an hour, which I think is quite good. So thank you guys for watching. When you do watch this video, remember please like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. And next week will be Doctor Who, as I said. Missing and how I feel about, and I'll talk about the new series, how I feel about the new series and all that. And goodbye for now. And it will be on at 8 p.m. next week as well. And for a little while, I don't know how long it will go on for. Maybe longer this one or shorter. Bye bye. Bye bye.